A brief history of homework. As the industrialized world neared the end of the 19th century, education became standardized and an emphasis was placed on home study.
An Italian teacher, Roberto Novellis, is credited as the original inventor of homework and used it as a punishment for his students in the early 1900s.
According to Roberto, homework was a way to develop students' initiative, independence, individuality, and creative imagination. According to a study done by Stanford University, 56% of students considered homework a primary source of stress.
People.com says the average teen spends 15 plus hours a week on homework.
In a sample of 4,317 students from 10 high-performing high schools in upper-middle-class California communities, homework took 3.1 hours on average every night.
The stress and excessive homework adds up to lost sleep, the BSC says.
According to a survey, 57% of teenagers said they don't get enough sleep, with 67% reporting that they just get 5 to 7 hours a night. A far cry from the recommended 8 to 10 hours.
At its worst, the most I've probably done is around 5, and at its best, probably like 20 minutes.
It could be anywhere up to like 3 hours a night.
At its worst, I would say probably 4 to 5 hours of homework.
At its worst, I do like 4 hours of homework a night.
At its worst, probably 2 at most, and then at its best, like none.
Due to my after-school activities like lacrosse, I've probably pulled like 5 all-nighters.
Once.
Just because I've gotten home late and I've had a lot of stuff to do.
I don't pull all-nighters.
A lot of times.
I can count them on my fingers, like probably like twice at most.
Definitely a main source of stress.
Yes. I'd say so. I think school in general, like, it's our job, so it's a very stressful thing that every student has to deal with.
Yes, definitely.
It's probably. I mean, yes.
I think they just put a little bit too much importance on it sometimes.
I think a lot of times they assign it just because they think they have to.
I think teachers should be cognizant that, we don't have just one class in the day. We have 4 classes.
They often get wrong like how much it needs to be drilled, and like most students that know kind of what they're doing about it can be the judge of how much work they need to put into it.
Busy work. They don't understand like that. Or I don't know if they don't understand, but like it's not like enriching to your actual like learning process,
I do, depending on the teacher, if you need the extra, or having students determine if they need that extra work, and if they don't, then allowing them to opt out of it, I think is fair. 1 homework assignment a week. I think the amount of homework negatively affects their mental health if it's keeping them up and then they're not getting enough sleep.
We believe that as a solution, students should always have the option to do the homework or not if they feel it is necessary.
Making homework mandatory just stresses students out and negatively affects students' mental health.
Homework shouldn't take up hours of a student's home life and should only be assigned if necessary.
The statistics clearly show that homework is detrimental to a student's mental health and should be optional. How did working on crew affect your homework or your school life?
I get.
And for them to assign homework thank you for them to assign homework classes. So we can't dedicate all of our time to what?
At its worst, how many hours of homework do you do each night? At its best?
Thank you.